Hello? It's because I updated my PC. I was talking so much. I talked so much. I said so many things. I said so many things to everybody. I was yapping. I yapped so much. I didn't stop yapping. I said thank you for the subscriptions. I said thank you for everything. I talked about Amelie. I talked about Magfest a bit. I said I'm so happy for Vshojo. Oh my god, I have to say everything again. I have to say everything again. First things first, Cinder has been untimed out. Yippee! Can we please get some claps for Cinder getting untimed out? In honor of Amelie being the newest Vshojo member, I have a glass with me. It doesn't have any wine. It has kombucha, but I do want to honor Amelie because for anybody that does not know, I have collaborated with Amelie many, many times. I have hung out with Amelie many, many times. Some of my favorite content has been hag yapping with Amelie, and I have even collaborated with her in a different past form. Congratulations on marrying Amelie. I mean, maybe one day we'll be married in wine and cheese. We'll be married in wine and cheese and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I can't believe you didn't hear anything I talked about. Okay, so tonight, my loves, I have a meeting with Aaron Vertex in about 3 hours about what I'm not allowed to tell you, secrets. So before that, let's make sure we talk about everything. I have so many things I want to tell you. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted. I want to talk about Magfest, aka Hagfest. I want to talk about Vshojo. I want to talk about some of the collabs this week. I want to talk about Bricky's stupid tweet. I want to talk about Bricky's stupid tweet. This person lives to make my life a living hell. On this Friday will be our last day where we are selling the shirt. Could you all please give it extra love so that he can wake up on February 1st and have a bad day? Darth, thank you so much for the gifted as well. Thank you for the hype train, everybody. What the heck? Starter, thank you so much. Actually, I should just call you Fat Cat. Thank you. There's actually a new Vshojo member. And I'm so excited to talk about it. I'm so excited to talk about everything. I'm excited to talk about the new Vshojo member. I'm excited to talk about Magfest. I'm excited to talk about our plans this week because I got a lot of games to play this week. We got a lot of yapping to do. We got a lot of stuff. Honestly, it's not even the money at this point, Takashi. It's the suffering. It's the suffering at this point that I need. I need the suffering. This is unacceptable. I am just absolutely, I open Twitter and it's a barrage of things. And then folks send me that tweet and I think to myself, what is this? Why do I exist just to suffer? Why do I live in the pain? You know? If anybody, listen, I am never opposed to timing out Breaky, but this would be a great time. You were at Magfest and I missed you. I was. Although I met Noble of Vshojo, he took a picture with me with my Melody jacket, so I don't feel too bad. Opening Twitter was my first mistake. I think so too. Maligos, thank you for the 14 months. How have you all been? I want to know. Did anybody even remotely suspect that Amelie was joining? Because Amelie talked how she saw that nobody on Twitter guessed that it was her. And yes, you're right. We could absolutely time out Amelie as well. Use all the subs to time out Breaky. I think we are collabing this Friday, so that would be also a great time to do it. Time out Amelie. Make it happen. Thank you, Gengar, for the bits, by the way. Completely blindsided. how's Heavenly? Heavenly is gonna be broke with all the money he owes me. Let's start from the beginning. All right. Let's take it down a notch. Let's start from the beginning. Hold up. Let me move my wine glass a little bit because my wine glass is jiggling a little hard. All right. Well, first order of business. I've returned from Magfest. I have a few stories to share. Nothing too crazy, but before we talk about Magfest, I am gonna talk about Amelie a little bit, and then we're gonna go back to talking about Magfest, and then we'll probably add some stuff about Amelie. As you all know, I have been around Amelie for a really long time, including before Vshojo. She is somebody that I love very much. Yes, I am aware that she has been in talks with Vshojo for a long time. To the point of before I joined and debuted it in Vshojo, we talked about it, her and I. So I am aware that it's been that long. I just I'm glad that things worked out. You know, I don't want to say much more than that. Everybody makes their own stuff. Everybody figures stuff out. It's you know, there's a bunch of stuff. There's things. There's all that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm really glad that Vshojo and Amelie found a way to make it work, because I, for one, love hag shoujo. I, for one, am here for everybody getting older and all the hags gathering together. And I have collabed with her a lot. I have also told her that we should collab more, and I am very excited for all the wine and cheese and the hag yapping that we are going to do. Not much to say. She's somebody that's been around the industry for a really long time. She doesn't have any problems with anybody. Nobody has problems with her. She's mature. She's polite. She's funny. She's sweet. She's hardworking. She's, you know, she's everything you'd want in a member. And I'm really excited. That being said, I know she's already talked about it, but just in case anybody is not aware, no, she did not come from the audition process. It was already something that was talked about for a really long time behind the scenes. The audition stuff, there are going to be folks, maybe a few, maybe, I don't know how many. I have no idea. She lied through her teeth. But yes, those are still happening. It's, maybe some folks that want to join Vshojo would want to have a clean new start and slate like I did. Not everybody wants to keep what they have. Not everybody. Some people, if they are given a chance to start anew, would want that. So I would ask you to please be patient with, I ask you to please be patient with everything and just take your time with it. Hi, Octo! And just take your time with, you know, whenever people are ready is whenever they're ready and whenever things are happening. But these things take longer than we realize. I know sometimes you want things to happen right away, but even rigging, for example, to rig a VTuber model, to rig a new outfit, some people can afford really top tier rigging and they can afford to skip the lines and they can afford to do that. Not everybody can. So I'm just asking you all to please be a little bit more patient until new talent comes in. Or maybe familiar talent. I don't know. I have no idea. Mr. Bite, I see what you're trying to do. Oh God. I mean, listen, if there is an enemy of the people today, it's Amelie and probably Bricky for that god-awful tweet. But we can make Bricky an enemy of the people on Friday, because Friday will be the last day to buy the shirt, and we are gonna please ruin him. I want to make sure that he never comes out of that merch mine factory for his awful tweets. Amelie does need to learn the ways of Vshojo, which does mean that she deserves bullying and love and bullying and timeouts. Amelie needs to know what Michi feels like when she's timed out of my stream for 3 months straight. You know? I love that someone suggested wine and cheese with Malta as a subathon goal, and Ahmad said it's going to... I think we already did like 4 wine and cheeses, her and I. According to Heavenly, you threw ass at Mag. Okay, well, let me explain myself. The way he makes it sound is a little um crazy. You know what to do. Actually, Mr. Bite. Oh, this is gonna be really awkward. We don't do the bit timeouts at the moment, my love. We only do the sub timeouts. Oh, that's really awkward. I'm so sorry, but I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for the bits. Thank you so much for spoiling me the day that I come back from Magfest. Thank you for replenishing the momokane, the bills, the everything. Oopsie poopsie. Thank you. You can time me out. No, Octo, I'm not making an exception. We are not doing the bit timeouts for now. I'm so sorry, my loves. I'm so sorry. We haven't been doing them for a while. We are only doing the gifted sub timeouts for now. I'm sorry. The main reason is so it's Mr. Bite, you are great. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What about my gifted? Darth, it's 50 gifted for a 3-day timeout or 100 for either a double 3-day for 2 different people or a 7-day. So just to be clear, Mr. Bite, are you asking for a 7-day timeout for Amelie? I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am perfect. You know what? Because Amelie just joined, it's supposed to be 569,000 seconds. I'll give you a little bit more. Can y'all remind me, is her name Lee and Lai or is it Amelie or Monarch? I know she has like 15 different identities, so it's hard to it's Lee and Lai. Perfect. I'm giving you an extra day, Mr. Bite, because you are such an incredible repeat customer. And I always really, really appreciate the work that you do in the stream. Thank you for all the hard work. Thank you for all the hard work. Thank you for the support. I'm sorry that I accidentally scammed you. It wasn't on purpose. I've just been hanging out with Michi a little too much. Who, by the way, is still timed out as well. As she deserves. And Octo, you have been spared. How does it feel? This never happens. Octo never gets spared. Octo always gets burned at the stake in the pyre. So this is new for Octo and very, very exciting. This is new and very, very exciting for Octo. Yippee! Yippee! It's a new experience. It's a new experience. Thank you again, Mr. Bite. With this, we have officially timed out the newest member of Vshojo. And her and I can get into proper beef and fighting. Let's make it happen. Her and I are apparently, allegedly, starting fights. Now, very quickly about Amelie, I will be stealing her in a lot of Hag Yap collabs. I'll be trying to get a lot of wine and cheese stuff going with her. I'll be yapping up a storm with her. She's already somebody that I wanted to collab with quite a bit. Maybe we can start a little hag coalition in Vshojo and just kind of see if we can take over from the youth, you know? We can seize the power from the youths. Every month is Hagmas in Vshojo because we are now Hag Shoujo. It's happening. We will make the other members older with our debuff old aura. That's it. Hell yeah, Ken. That makes me so happy. And thank you, by the way, for all the gifted, Mr. Bite. By the way, reminder, I owe people gifted as well on the YouTube. Don't worry, YouTube. We are bringing those. I got to work on those tonight or tomorrow. And on the Twitch. I forget the exact amount, but maybe y'all took maybe y'all took note. You got a compliment on your Vitara stick? Hell yeah. That's what I like. I forget the word that we're using for male hag, but there was a word. Is it unk? It's hags and unks, right? Hags and unks. Something like that. Hogs. Hogs is a good one. Hags and hogs. Hags and hogs sounds great. Hags, unks, geezers, hogs. I really like hogs. I think hags and hogs sounds amazing. But I know a lot of people don't like hog because of the connotation. I agree, Mr. Bide. The people timed out could still type on YouTube. They could rate on YouTube. They can do a lot of stuff on YouTube. Hog kind of works. A hag and a hog. Yes, baby, you're a hog. How does it feel? You're probably hog status since you'll be 43 next Friday. Oh, you're an aquarium like my flesh woman. How does that make you feel? That's so exciting. Happy hog day to you. Happy hog day to you, my love. Hutch, thank you so much for the gifted. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think unfortunately Hackcast already exists, but absolutely yapping about things with Amelie is something. You know how upset I was? You can tell that to her, how upset I was when she started her podcast, because I thought, you jerk. Maybe I wanted to start a podcast with you, you jerk. And then you go ahead and start a podcast. You suck. So definitely felt that way. You recently turned 40. How do you feel? Hell yeah, B-Rise. Thank you for the bits. I did. We're going to talk about Magfest in a small moment. J Marvel, I'll get to it when I get to it. I'll get to that part of the story when I get to that part of the story. You either hang out and you listen to us and stop asking me to skip into my story very, very far. Basically, I'm telling you to sit down and pay attention. Sunny, thank you so much for the gifted. Yeah, you can't rush the yapping. You can't rush me into talking about. We'll get there when we get there. If it's too long for you, you can watch the clip later. You can watch the VOD. Some people do not enjoy a 3-hour yapping session. And some people want to hear the yap. They are molded by it. They are birthed by it. They enjoy it. You know? Let me yap. Let me talk about it. Let me get there. You almost Paris without Matha streams. They're here now, baby. They're here now. I gotta double check my schedule. I think I might. If I'm looking at my schedule right this week, we can definitely get four streams in. There is a possibility I only do 3 streams because I do want to prepare a few things. As you all know, it is my flesh woman's birthday next Tuesday, and I want to make sure I prepare a few things for that. So I might only do 4 streams this week before Friday. Today, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, maybe. I'll keep y'all updated. Oh my God. I will skip in one part of the story though. Nostro kept saying, I don't even know how to like properly explain this story. Nostro's very sweet. One of Heavenly's friends. Great dude. Awesome meeting you. He kept calling me my bug N-word. Just anytime I would walk around, he'd be like, my bug N-word, my bug N-word. That's that bug N-word. That's her, the bug N-word. And I just had to be like, hey, man. I don't know how to feel about this. Yeah, the bug neighbor. Exactly. I'm 42 today, well into my hog era. I'm happy to know we have some aquarium VTubers. Monsoon, thank you for the super chat. Yes, you and my flesh woman are both aquariums. Aztec, thank you for the 16 months. Thank you. Yeah, I was the bug neighbor. It was really funny actually because at one point a bunch of us were at breakfast and Bricky ended up showing up to breakfast before he set. He was like, Tara, what do I answer? And then he showed me a tweet and it was Nostro tweeting Bricky and being like, It's the Bricky N-word. And I'm like, I don't think you answer. I just wouldn't, just in case. I don't know. But I'm also so afraid of getting canceled by TikTok children again that I just don't engage with many things out of fear of being canceled by 12-year-olds on TikTok. So that is how I live my life. Yeah, happy birthday, Monsoon! All the best wishes. What kind of delicious food are you planning to eat? What are your plans for everything? I'm excited for you. Nostro, you can do that. I, on the other hand, will not. What's scarier, Twitter or TikTok? Good question. I think TikTok is scarier because of the algorithm. I think TikTok is scarier because things live on TikTok a little bit longer. I feel like on Twitter, when drama happens, it kind of goes away. But on TikTok, if you just, and I know this because I have some friends that have gotten into VTubers, and then they're like, oh, I saw TikToks from like 4 years ago of you, telling a friend of yours, like, go die or something. And like, all the comments are like, I hope she leaves. She's so awful. Blah, 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 blah. So that TikTok does kind of reserve you that if you get into that algorithm. TikTok's like, wait, you like Matara Khan? Here's this other person that sounds just like them. What are their most famous videos? Oh, right. Like let's just show you all of these videos from 5 years ago. Yeah, TikTok does. So I do think TikTok might be a little bit. But yeah, so I feel they're both kind of bad. Yeah, it's also scary if your TikTok reaches the wrong audience. I feel like it's the same thing on Twitter, though. I feel like it's the same thing on Twitter. Let's go, Kengar. That sounds awesome. That sounds really, really good for you. That's awesome. And Visha, I am having a great day. Thank you for the 16 months. What else do I have to say about Amelie joining Vshojo? I talked about the audition process, that it's still going and it's going to be a little bit of a while. I talked about I'm excited to collab with Amelie. I hope she keeps doing really cool stuff. She's really, really great. She has voice acted in oh my god. Give me one moment. Give me once. I have to answer something to my assistant before I forget. Big secrets. I'm sorry, my loves. Hi, Mata. Papa Nurgle blessed me super hardcore today, but I know it would make me feel better you saying something nice about Bricky. I wouldn't. After his tweets terrorizing my timeline, I wouldn't. And now the problem is because that tweet apparently did hit the algorithm for some of you, when I've been opening my Twitter, that tweet has been popping up. Why is there 13K likes on it? Dan, thank you for the bits, my love. And Kitty, thank you for the prime. Yes, I did see that, Massamune. I haven't started talking about Magfest yet. I don't know. How do you earn the Magfest ribbons? Do you have to do things at Magfest? What do you have to do? My wine is actually attached to my elbow, but it's kind of cute. Heavenly, why are you telling people that I'm throwing ass? Or what is the word? Also, you have my $50. That's now $100, you little shit. I can't believe you. I can't believe you. Hold on. Before I move on to Magfest, it just means dance. I know. But it's funny. It's funny to give you shit, especially because you owe me money. Have I talked about Amelie joining? I think I'm done with talking about Amelie joining. No, I check your left pocket. I don't have pockets. My shorts are too short. It could be any random number as long as Heavenly has no intention to pay. We're bringing it up from $50 to $100. You owe me $100 now, Heavenly. I've decided that. How are you? Can we do a shout out for Heavenly Father, please? I guess we could start with Magfest Stories. Yum, 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 yum. Where do I begin? I landed, checked into my hotel. Good stuff. I went to meet up with my real life friend to go get some really, really, really delicious Afghan food. It was so darn good. And it was really, really delicious. And then Ricky messaged me and he was like, hey, do you know anybody who, is not too far from Magfest because I need a place to stream? And while I'm at food with my friend, like, just so we're clear, I'm like 45 minutes away from the con, living my best life. I'm trying to escape the demons that are streamers. I'm trying to stay away from people. I'm trying to spend time with my real life friend that I actually stole from Mint. Many, many moons ago, I stole this friend from Mint, and now every time me and this friend hang out, Mint will always tell me that's my friend, and I'll say, bullshit, this is my friend. What are we doing here? This is my friend. That's not your friend. This is my friend. We are more friends than you are friends, so he's my friend. So I'm just trying to escape streamers, all right? I'm just trying to live my best life. I'm trying to stay away from streamers. And then, obviously, as Bricky writes this, my first instinct is I'm like, you should ask around, talk to people, ask around, maybe make a tweet. I don't know. But of course, my friend, being the absolute kind-hearted soul that he is, said, oh, he can just come to my house and stream the Sejam Slam from there. Which kind of sucks because that friend was actually supposed to go and accompany me while I go shopping. I wanted to stop by the CVS. I wanted to stop by the Skim store. I wanted to stop by Lush. I wanted to go to Nordstrom, and I was gonna have a ride with me, and I was gonna have my friend drive me around and give me advice, and we could like talk and gossip and do stuff. And so instead, Bricky kind of stole my guy. It's true. Bricky stole my friend, and basically Bricky showed up. He set up his stuff, and I had to go. I was like, hey, I'm not here to hang out and I'm not here to watch the Sejam Slam. Sorry, guys. I got stuff to do. I gotta go to CVS. I gotta go to Lush. I gotta go to Skims. And then that night I had dinner with the Heavenly Father. What's a Skim store? If you look up SKIMS, it's Kim Kardashian's brand. So I basically got a little bit of my friend time eaten up by Bricky. And again, just so we're clear, obviously, my friend is so sweet for offering. Obviously, it's not a big deal. At the end of the day, it's not really a big deal, but, I would have really liked to go shopping with my friend and hang out and do stuff, but whatever. So then I came back to my hotel. I went to the CVS. I went to get my stuff done. I did my stuff. And then Heavenly and I were going to go for dinner. Initially, the plan with Heavenly was we were going to do dinner, and then maybe we were going to do drinks closer to the con. By the time Heavenly and I got dinner and then we're going back, it was like 11:30 p.m. We both looked at each other and we said, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. I'm done. It's not happening like that. But if you saw on my Twitter, I have a photo of sushi. I went to get sushi with the Heavenly Father. and it was really, really good. And he recommended an amazing place. And it was super freaking delicious. We had good talks. We had good times. We talked about, just as I said, I basically took Heavenly on a friend date. And I was like, get dressed, look cute, bring your ass. It's my treat. But we're going to eat and we're yapping. And it was just nice because I feel that sometimes when you're hanging out with a lot of streamers, it's hard to get a proper conversation in, right? It's always like, oh, where's the party? Where are you going? How's the party? How's your hangover? How's your stuff? Instead of just, hey, how's life? Are you happy? What are your dreams, goals, and aspirations? How much protein do you think you have if I eat you, or things like that, So it's really, really nice to just sit down, have a nice dinner, talk, chill out. And this is something I'm trying to make more time for, is just folks that I do have a pretty good friendship with, just kind of hang out. Yeah, when was the last time you cried? All those fun questions. So really good dinner, really good stuff. At least one of my friend things worked out. And again, to be clear, just to be clear for anybody that doesn't read between the lines, because sometimes these clips do get posted on Twitter and people will be like, why is she being so mean to Bricky? Obviously, I really do not mind that Bricky took my friend time away from me to stream the Say Jam Slam. If the roles were reversed, I would absolutely do the same. And I'd be very happy if Bricky's friends offered the same. Am I a little sad I missed out on some friend time? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I ended up seeing my friend a ton. So it's not really, really a big deal. And I see my friend quite often because they go to a lot of cons. They ended up in Japan randomly. So it was good. It was good. Why are you not being meaner to Bricky? Because I don't want people to take it the wrong way. And then, let me remember. I barely took any photos this event. My event was just hanging out, yapping with friends, having a good time. So, the next day, Thursday, I worked out. I had a gym in my hotel. And without going too much into detail about what hotel I stayed at, I did not stay in the place where everybody else stayed because I like going to the gym and going for coffee and getting all that stuff and not being around people. And I think further, as I keep doing this, I'm going to probably pick hotels that are a little bit further away. My hotel was in Alexandria, so it's a little bit further away than I basically had to get in like a 20-minute Uber to get to the con, but it was good. It was good. It was nice. And when I went to the gym with Juniper, actually, I'll have to tell y'all more about it. It was quiet. There was nobody else. There was a few business people. Obviously, there were still people at my hotel who are going to the con, but at least they weren't like right there. But yeah, so on Thursday, I wake up, go to the gym, get my stuff going a little bit. I had to, I went to get my hair done. I'm sorry, everybody, these stories. I went to go get my hair done and I wanted to get a green juice and a smoothie. I know these stories are like so, these stories are so, I went to get my hair done and I went to get a green smoothie and I looked into a Pilates class, but I couldn't find a Pilates class. So instead I just went to my gym. In my old lady years, being away from the main con is always more my speed. Yeah, I just feel like it's also really nice. When I go to the con, I know that I'm going to talk to people and people are going to want to talk to me. And I'm excited about that. I like that. I think it's fun. But if I'm also at the gym and people are trying to talk to me, like that's my alone time. That's my chill time. So I also had to stop again by the CVS and all that stuff because initially my friend that I was supposed to hang out with was supposed to drive me from the CVS to my hotel because I want to get sparkling water. I want to get seltzers. I want to get water. I want to get liquid IVs. I want to get snacks, all that fun stuff. And since my friend I couldn't bring all of it back. And I don't know if anybody can relate to this. When you try to get Uber Eats, like Uber Eats from CVS. It's so ridiculous. I'll be like, oh, I want 2 large sugar-free Red Bulls. And they go, oh, they're out of large sugar-free Red Bulls, but would you like a can of Yellow Monster? No, I don't want a can of Yellow Monster. And then I walk into that CVS later and there's a whole rack of the large sugar-free Red Bulls. I don't think they were out. I just think the shoppers don't see them, or, it's fine. I get it. I'm not here to... But I just find that me going by myself to get what I want always, always, always is the best. It just works. It just works. It always works for me way, way, way better. So that day, Juniper is coming. That day, my sweet, beautiful, delicious, nutritious, amazing Juniper is coming. So that's what I'm excited about, because I know that day Juniper's coming early and we are rooming together, because she was going to come in a day later. She was going to miss the Red Vshojo show. And I told her, come a day early, stay in my hotel room. So I went to get Junie little snacks, little treats, little food, just a little like welcome kind of gift to my hotel room. Just a little like, ooh, welcome to my hotel room. Here's your stuff. So what's my favorite Red Bull? Junie and I, when we were working out, we had a sugar-free blueberry Red Bull. It tasted like candies. It was amazing. It was so freaking good. So I ended up going to the con that day on Thursday. But okay, just to be clear, I have a badge. The only time I went into the con was I went to go see the Red Vshojo show on Friday. I don't think I've walked into the artist alley, into the anything at all. At all. Mother, don't ever feel bad about your stories. Being able to hear about someone else's day makes me feel included. It's valid to talk about your day. Additionally, you're one of those streamers who, whenever I've gone for a bit, always makes me feel missed. Thank you, Visha. Listen, there's 2 kinds of stories I can tell you. I can tell you about everything I talk about with everything and everything we do. I think I have a good mix of like, this is what I did those days, without maybe also going into, I'm not going to sit down and be like, oh, I asked Heavenly if he was happy in life, and then he answered, and then we had a serious discussion. Like, that's personal. The Heavenly in me. It's personal, So I ended up going to the con, and I had one thing in mind. Number 1, I wanted to meet up with my friends. Number 2, I wanted to walk around and see what the con looked like. Number 3, I wanted to go look at the cosplayers. My favorite thing at every convention is looking for the cosplayers. And there was a cosplayer that I wanted to find. And of course, Bricky found that cosplayer. They were mad tasty. Heavenly, next time we got to get dinner again, please. Hi, Ruben. So I showed up to the con, and actually, fun fact, I ran into 2 of my friends, and as I was walking around with my friends, we ran into Bricky. And then I'm talking to Bricky for a little bit, and I'm like, hey, actually, I'm only at the con for about an hour and a half because because I'm at the convention and I'm taking time off, I had a meeting that cannot be moved because I don't know if anybody is aware, February 4th, my Flesh Woman's birthday. There's a few things happening, maybe a merch drop, maybe things like that. So I was telling Bricky, hey, I need to go soon and leave and find like a place to have a meeting. And he was like, oh, I think you could talk to Heavenly, but they're in a hotel room, And I was like, no, I find a little spot. While I'm with Bricky, Urshwind spots Bricky and goes to say hi to him. And I'm like, hey, and Urshwind's like, I know who you are. That's kind of the problem. So I think if I just walk around the con in general, people might not recognize me. But if Bricky or Junie is next to me, people recognize me. I've been recognized because of Bricky and Junie. Is Heavenly a good kisser? I don't know. You should kiss him. You should kiss him and let us know. So Urshwind, of course, was there. And then basically I said goodbye to Bricky and Ursh, and I was like, all right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta get my meeting done. I gotta do my stuff. What a pretty good meeting. I'm not gonna lie, pretty good meeting. I found a hotel next to the con. It was the Westin next to the con. And I just went to like their little restaurant area. And it was just me. It was just me in that little tiny restaurant area on the phone with the sun in my eyes, having to change where I am. Maybe I got 2 drinks while I was in my meeting, but Vshojo doesn't have to know. Vshojo doesn't have to know. But before I left for the meeting, actually, I saw the cosplayer. I saw the cosplayer that Bricky took a photo with. And I asked her to take a photo with me. She knew. All I said was, can we have a photo together? She knew. So I took a photo and I left. She knew. She instantly knew. She instantly knew. It's the voice. It's the voice that gives it away, I think. I think it's the voice that gives it away. But she was a little shy about it. So I took a photo very quickly and then I left. And then I just instantly kind of ran away from her. But I instantly ran away from her. Wait, you realize you don't have to kiss on a date or anything? You didn't even kiss him at the end of the date? What a letdown. I don't know what kind of date you think we went on. We went on a friend date. We went on a friend date. You should take Heavenly on a date and kiss him if you have problems with how I conduct my dates. If you have a problem with how I have my friend dates going on, you should take him on a date. You should kiss him. All right? Oh, yeah. It was you, Yuko. Thank you so much for posting that photo. I'm sorry for all the engagement you got. I'm sorry. I doubt you're not the first person who's gone to a corporate VTuber meeting with alcohol. Well, it wasn't a corporate meeting. It was a weekly meeting with my manager in Vshojo, and we were talking about some merch things. So it's not like I don't have to be sober, but I did have a drink or two. Hi, Niwa. Niwa, I sent some really old things to Teak today. So Thursday was a very, very special day for me because not only did I see the cosplayer, not only did I get a really good meeting in, I had Judy come over, right? But before that, I was going to karaoke. I organized a friend karaoke with my pals. We were, I think, like 12 or so people. So I am just living my best life. I'm living my best life. I think I have one recording from the karaoke. That is exactly. Which songs did I sing? I sang a lot of Nirvana. I sang a lot of Nickelback. Nothing new under the sun. Everything's always the same all the time. Nothing is unique under the sun with me. Absolutely not Tool. I wouldn't. I don't think I sang 9 Inch Nails. Midgard, thank you so much for the 1 year. Thank you. What is my number 1 go-to karaoke song? Lips of an Angel. Thank you, Tony, for the bits. I think after the karaoke ended, it was like a good karaoke. We were there for a solid few hours. And then Heavenly does this thing where Heavenly does a party. And Heavenly invited me to this party. So even though I knew that it was going to be a long night, I went to Heavenly's party. It was very nice. It was very fun. I drank a bit. I talked to a few people. Marco, thank you so much for the super. Bada, hello, my love. I actually got, okay, so I need to talk to everybody about this. I told Heavenly, because I didn't have Bada's contact or Skulker's contact. I said, for karaoke, could you bring Skulker and Bada? Tell them they don't have to pay for a single thing. Mama Matara is paying for everything. There's food, There's alcohol. There's everything. Okay? Just bring him. When Heavenly joined the group chat that I created, in that group chat, it was written Heavenly +2. Okay? Heavenly shows up by himself. I'm like, all right. Then I go see Bada and Skulker at the party. I'm like, why didn't you come to the karaoke? And they said Heavenly just never invited them. So now I have both their information. What we're going to do next time, boys, is we're just not going to invite Heavenly. You guys missed out. All you can drink karaoke. All you can eat. It was a lot of fried foods, but still. They aren't allowed without my supervision. I was going to be there. I could have supervised. I could have supervised them. I could have supervised them. I could have done that. You can't ground them. You can't ground them like this. You cannot ground them this way. So anyway, go to Heavenly's. Really, really fun. I ended up going downstairs to go say hi to my friend. So it was one of those cons where a lot of my real life friends or a lot of people that I haven't seen for a long time were there. It's funny enough, people would know my flesh woman's name. So when I was walking around, people from like 10 years ago, 8 years ago would scream my flesh woman's name. And then when I would look, I would realize, oh my God, wait, I know you from 10 years ago. I know you from 9 years ago. I know you from 6 years ago. As I would walk, people would say, you know, the forbidden words, not the past, not the current name, not the previous name, but like the flesh woman name. And then again, it wasn't just random people. It was really, truly people that I knew, really, truly people that knew me from a long time before. That felt really nice. It felt really nice to run into folks from many, 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 many years ago. And that's why when I was at Heavenly's party, I kept having to go downstairs to go say hi to friends, to go say hi to people that maybe 10 years ago we were on a stream team together, or maybe 8 years ago we were in something together and then maybe they stopped streaming or maybe they're doing something else and it was just nice. Maybe they worked at, I don't know, Alienware and then they were my contact there, you know? So at one point though, on Thursday, I got a little drunk and I couldn't find my way back to Heavenly's room party. No, I'm Xing because I'm not a monster. Also, not everybody you're meant to like stay friends with forever. Just to be clear, a lot of times it was people that maybe I was on a stream team with, or maybe I did a lot of like people who are friends of your friends. Maybe you saw them at a lot of parties, you talked, you're not best friends to stay up and keep up forever, right? So at one point, oh my God, you needed an elevator card to go upstairs. So at one point, there was this guy in the elevator with me. And I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm not sure that I know exactly where I have to go. Would you mind coming with me until I find where I have to go? And this just random, sweet, nerdy guy, I basically like dragged him around until I found where I had to go. Because I wasn't sure if we were on the right floor. I wasn't sure, whatever. So then, because it was the first night, I was like, oh, you know, eventually we found the place. And he was like, okay, well, now that you found this place, I can go. And I said, well, would you like to come in with us? Would you like to drink? At least have a drink. It's on me, etc. It's on me. It's on Heavenly. So the person at the door said it was no problem. And then I just dragged him in. And anytime people would be like, oh, who is this person? I'm like, that is my savior. If it wasn't for him and his card, I could not be here. I just knew that I was a little bit drunk and I needed a little bit of help and I needed like the scary man privilege, right? You need the scary man privilege sometimes of just, yes, I am a drunk woman stumbling through finding a hotel room, but also next to me there's a scary big nerdy guy. So you better watch out. You better not run. Yeah, it was a really, really good time. And I had a great night, great everything. Junie and I end up leaving. You know, we're staying in my hotel room. She's also staying at the same hotel the next day, so she's staying in my hotel room. We go back pretty late night, like, not gonna lie. It's been a while that I stayed up till 2 to 3 a.m., being just drinking and talking to people. So it was really nice. That night, God bless Junie. She was cuddling me like her life depended on it. I was cuddling her. Okay. Junie is so soft. She has the softest skin. She was like nuzzled into me. I was nuzzled into her. Believe it or not, I brushed my teeth that night, which is crazy because I was very tired. I didn't wash away my makeup because when I'm drunk, only one of two things can happen. I wash away my makeup or I brush my teeth, and I always go for the teeth brushing. So we cuddled so hard and we were mid-yap and we fell asleep. We both talked about how we probably fell asleep mid-conversation. Amazing. Amazing. Just 10 on 10 night. She's wonderful. No, Heavenly, I don't think I tried your cocktails. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So please brush your teeth. I'm telling you, I have to pick one. I brush my teeth or I wash my face, and I always pick brush my teeth. The face, I'll wash it in the morning. So the next morning, I don't know what time Junie woke up at, but I need my sleep. So my poor sweet Junie kept waking me up every 30 minutes. Okay? She was like, hey Mata, it's 10 a.m. Hey Mata, it's 10:30. Hey Mata, it's 11. Hey Mata, it's 11:30. Hey Mata, it's noon. And the Red Vox concert was at 1:50. I wasn't hungover, but I was exhausted. I think the exhaustion of the night before hit me. Also, I did a mistake when I was at the gym. I did weights. I did shoulder and arms. So my shoulders and arms were killing me. So I woke up, shoulders and arm hurting, stomach hurting from singing karaoke, feet hurting from walking around all night. I was cooked. I was tired. I was very tired. I don't know why I did shoulders and arms. I thought I didn't do very intense, but I did. Junie and I kind of crawled our way to the con. We got her the badge. We got into the Red Vox show. It was great. And it's funny because the Red Vox show started at 1:50, and yet I was there with my sunglasses on going, fucking Vinny, 1:50? Why couldn't the show start at 8 p.m.? What is wrong with him? Who expects me to be up at 1:50 p.m. during a con on a Friday? So obviously it was a joke, but it was a really great show. Red Vox did a great job. I saw my Oshi Bill on the keyboard. If you were at the show, at one point, every time Bill was being shown, somebody kept yelling, Bill, I love you, Bill. That was me. If you're wondering, that was me hyping up Bill because Bill is my favorite and I gotta let him know. I had light sticks. I had a red hard light stick. I was hyping up Bill. I might be tired, but my Oshi needs my energy when he's performing. So Bill on the keyboard, I love him so much. He's wonderful. He's amazing. He did such a good job. And of course, the rest of the band was all right, but Bill really killed it. One sad thing this time about Bill's performance, though, when he plays the keyboard, he'll jump, and he wasn't jumping much. So I hope he's okay. I hope nothing's hurting. I don't know why he wasn't jumping much. So that was you annoyingly yelling at the concert. Of course. Of course. What else do you do at a concert? You have to annoyingly yell. I have to show Bill that he's great. Who's Bill? Bill is the keyboardist of Red Vox. So Red Vox is a band, and I went to go see them at Magfest, and then Bill was on the keyboard. But it was a really, really good time. It was fun. After that, I think a bunch of us were looking to get food. I don't want to say who we were with just in case, because I'm not sure which VTubers talked about being. All you got to know for sure is that it was me, Junie, my real life friend, the one that I went for the Afghan food with, and Bricky ended up meeting us. There was 5 other people, but just in case, just in case they haven't said. Everybody was hungry. Everybody wanted to go eat. But nobody really wanted to go outside. So I saw this restaurant at the con. I think it was called like Old Hickory or something. And then I look at it and I see that it's a little bit pricey. I'm like, oh, we are 9 people. And it's a little bit pricey. So I just said, hey, you know what, guys? It's on me. It's on the momos. Let's just come in here. Junie and I really need to eat. By the time we find another place that can sit 9 people or something like that right now, it's not happening. Let's just go. No, Matara, don't sleep with makeup. Your skin. It's okay. Not all gaming. I can just shed my skin and get a new one. I can inhabit a younger woman. It's been a while since I passed by. Thank you for the dinero. Thank you for the okane. Thank you for the supa. This money went for lunch, so I really appreciate it. So again, we had a really nice lunch. It was one of those places where the drinks were like $20 each. So, you know, it was a fancy, nice lunch place. And I had a really, really good time. But after this, when I was leaving, somebody at the bar said my flesh woman's name. They are a moderator of a community that like I still watch their stream sometimes, McLaffy Taffy. And I'm like, wait a second, you're this. They're like, yeah, what have you been up to? It's been forever. So I bought them drinks. How can I not, right? But it was just so crazy that so many people recognize me more as like a regular flesh woman than as a VTuber. It was a little crazy. It was a little fun. It was some good freaking times. I also saw a fruit cosplayer. I sent her photos. It was somebody doing a gender bent fruit. She looked amazing. I also saw Metal Gear Snake. I sent photos to my sweet mint. And then after that, I was like, look, Juniper, I gotta be honest with you. I got a nap. I'm tired. I'm so tired, girl. I need a nap. Kastra, thank you for the 10 gifted. So Junie and I went back to my hotel and we were supposed to nap. We were supposed to nap, okay? So we did what any 2 women would do. We turned off the lights. We got into my big comfy bed and then we started yapping. I think one of the highlights of my con has been, yeah, we were supposed to nap, but we were born to yap. The amount of yapping that we did, and it's one of those things where we yap for a little bit, right? And then we go, okay. Let's get to bed, yeah. And then one of us says something and we just go like, it's like the funniest thing. And then we start talking again. And then at one point, I think we shared a seltzer and we had some snacks. And then at one point, I think it was like 7 p.m. Yeah, need to nap, born to yap. Exactly, Tozy. So at one point I said, you know what, girl? I need to go work out. I just need to go work out because it's going to help kind of regulate my energy. When I'm at a con, I feel that I get overstimulated. And everybody's trying to like talk and hang out and people are asking questions. Heavenly had a great party, but at his party, people would tap me on the shoulder and be like, are you a VTuber? And I'd say no. And they'd come back and be like, are you sure you're not a VTuber? I'd be like, no. And they're like, I think you sound familiar. I'm like, no. And I think that was me being like, I don't really want to talk about VTubing. We can talk about life. We don't have to talk about my VTubing. You know, we're people existing in a spot. I remember this one person asked me what I did. And I said, I do social media. And then Nostro, if you're lurking, you piece of shit. Nostro just started laughing really hard. And that person looks at me and she's like, well, now I know you don't do social media. I assume you're a creator. And I'm like, yeah, I am. But we were having such a good conversation. We were having such a good convo about life, about your outfit, about stuff. Like now that I'm bringing it in, that I'm a VTuber, it kind of, it adds layers to this conversation that just, I don't know. Maybe I'm being naive that I think that it's kind of fun to just talk about stuff that isn't our job. But maybe I'm naive. And that's something that I'm gonna have to talk about and think about, right? But there was so many people that I had a really good convo with. And then only later were they like, oh yeah, I figured out you were Matara. Or they said, I kind of had a feeling, but now I'm sure. And it's fine. It's like, this is awesome. I'm glad that we got to actually have like a proper nice connection and a proper good talk that didn't involve like that. But again, I am also aware that maybe this is very naive and it comes with the territory and all that stuff, right? So I dragged Judy to the gym with me. I was like, listen, Junie, you and I just keep yapping. We've been lying in this bed for 2 to 3 hours. Let's do the same thing, but on the treadmill. So I've talked about this before. Maybe. I am a type B person. Type A people are organized. They're clean. They're not messy. I am disorganized. I'm messy. But the thing is, when I meet other people who truly are type B, I realize, okay, maybe I'm type A. But then when I meet type A people, I'm like, no way. I'm type B. So I'm kind of this really weird in the middle where I have certain standards. I'm organized. I need certain things done, but I'm also very disorganized and like kind of in between. I'm very much between type A and type B, where a lot of type A folks will tell me I don't bother them that much because I still am like a lot less messy. Junie, if you hear this, I love you so much. That morning, right, when Junie and I woke up, I gave her a Gatorade. I gave her a Celsius. And I think I also gave her a bottle of water, maybe. Something like that, where it was like she had 3 drinks. When I came back to my hotel room, all 3 drinks were half drunk, opened, and they didn't have their, like the Gatorade didn't have the cap on it. And when I look at that, I think to myself, maybe I am type A. Jonathan, thank you for the pink super. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Like she had 3 drinks half opened, half drunk, with like the Gatorade cap completely somewhere else. And I was like, maybe I'm very organized. Maybe I am organized. Maybe I'm actually fairly organized. I am the clothes all over the hotel room floor. I am the clothes all over the table. I am the clothes all over the desk. I am the makeup all over the desk. That is me. Welcome back. Twitch community struck my user ID, so now I'm redacted. Spankin', I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my love. But hey, you can be on YouTube with us. Hello. Again, Junie is amazing and I love her. But then same thing. We went to the gym and we just started yapping. We just did 45 minutes on the treadmill, yapping, talking. It wasn't a big workout, but I just knew that if I didn't work out and get my steps in, I was going to feel kind of overstimulated. It's weird. It's a hard thing to explain if you've never been to a con, but you're tired, but you're too energetic. It's weird. So for me, usually like getting steps in, getting a good healthy salad or like a good healthy juice, getting a good meal, a good night's sleep really helps. Ray, thank you for the 7 months. Big love. Can't wait to get stolen for collabs. Can't wait to steal you. Hi, Grave. How are you? Yeah, it's like your brain is wired, but your body tired. But then because of that, your brain also can get tired. It's weird. So we did that. We felt better. We did our stuff. And then funny enough, actually, this one Ricky, I know he didn't do it on purpose, but he accidentally did that a lot this weekend. And I'm not actually pissed off at him, but for the fun of the joke, I'm pissed off at him. I was on the way to Heavenly's party again. That was my plan Friday night, Heavenly's party again. I think I said hi to Vinny, and then I was going to say hi to my really good friend that I've known for many, many years. He's a streamer on Twitch called McLaffy Taffy. McLaffy Taffy and Nate, or Knot, who's also been in my stream, they are my friends from like 10 years ago. They are older, older geeky guys. I love them, right? Like I came to this con, not just to talk to streamers, but to sit down and be like, Taffy, how are the kids doing? They're teens now. How's your wife? Nate, how are your kids and wife? You know, that kind of stuff. So as I am, I think Bricky had just finished the slam or something like that. So he was downstairs and I met up with my friends and they were saying that they wanted to go to the casino. And I said, actually, I'd love to go to the casino, but can we maybe sit down and just grab a steak or a bite or something? And so my friends and I said we were going to go to the steakhouse at the casino and then they're going to go to the casino. And Bricky goes, oh, I'll just come with you guys. My hotel is there. And of course, the guys being guys are like, oh yeah, that's your friend. He can come. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, if I didn't want him there, I'd be like, don't come. But this fucker, basically. And then you know the worst part? At some points, I'm having a conversation with my friends and they're asking Bricky about himself. I'm like, what? I don't need to hear this. I know things about him. I want to talk about you guys. Glad to hear you had a great time. It's my favorite convention to go to. A guy named Rex. It was awesome. And then, so get this. On Saturday, I was only supposed to meet up with my friends for a really short time before going to Heavenly's party. All right? Because we had booked time to go to an incredible Ethiopian restaurant in DC. We made time to go to an incredible Ethiopian restaurant in DC that my friends booked. It was like, okay, it's going to be the three of us. It's going to be me, Nate, and Taffy. It's going to be amazing. We're going to talk. We're going to talk about life. At the end of the restaurant, the one next to the casino, Bricky and I are on our way to Heavenly's. And Bricky's like, yeah, I think I'm going to come tomorrow. I was like, what do you mean you're going to come tomorrow? Go where? What? He's like, yeah. Taffy invited me to Ethiopian. I was like, what do you mean? Backtrack that a little bit. What do you mean? My friend invited you. And now, my friend Nate is going to be in LA and Bricky's giving him a tour of his merch shit. And I'm like, what? Now I know how Mint feels when I steal her friends. Now I know how Mint feels. And you know the worst part? Is Bricky has a lot more in common with those friends because they're old white guys. They're old tech nerdy white guys. Can you guys believe this? Anyway, that night, nothing crazy happened. We walked into Heavenly's hotel room. I think Bricky was like, Matara, 10 minutes and I'm leaving. I'm done. He left. Junie and I, God bless her. I went to bed at 4:30 in the morning. At one point, Heavenly kicked everybody out. And then Junie and I stuck around. And it was like just 8 of us. We were talking. We were yapping. And then at one point, Junie and I were tired around 3 a.m. And then at one point, both of us got a second wind. At 4:30, we're like, okay, we gotta get out of here. We gotta go. And it felt really nice. It felt really nice to just have a very peaceful 4:30 a.m. with a bunch of friends of your friends. Everybody was super sweet. Like I said, when I think we ended up being like 8 or something, or maybe 9 or 10 in like Heavenly's big suite. And that is not a euphemism. And we just were yapping. We were yapping. We were talking. It was good times. Some of my friends were still... Fun fact, when Junie and I were leaving, my friends were still at the con, my real life friends, and they were going to watch the sunrise. And they said, Matara, do you want to watch the sunrise with us? I was like, listen, I am so sorry. I am old. And I got things to do tomorrow. I can't stay up till the sunrise. What are we doing here? It was amazing. It was exactly what I needed. It was so healing. It was so healing to just be around people till like 4 a.m. to talk about random stuff. We talked about video games. We talked about different things. Like, it wasn't just talking, like, we weren't talking about VTubing. We weren't talking about VTubing or YouTube videos. We were talking about, oh, this game that I played, or oh, this thing that I ate at this restaurant, or oh, this set that I did. It was really, really good times. So Saturday. What did I do Saturday? Saturday, I think I woke up. I went to the gym. Very proud of myself. I went to the gym pretty much every day. It wasn't for a long time, but it was for a little bit of a time because I knew that if I didn't, I purposely brought only tight clothes with me. So I knew that if I didn't go to the gym, the bloating from the food, the drinking, So I went to the gym. I did what I had to do. I think I got like a coffee, everything. I went to hang out with, again, a real life friend of mine who was staying at the same hotel as Jabroni Mike. So then afterwards, I ran into Jabroni Mike. Good times. Not much to say. Didn't go to the con. Just went to hang out with one of my girlfriends. I met her boyfriend of like 5 years or something. So that's crazy because they started dating right as COVID happened. So I never got to meet him. They met in a Discord. How cute is that? Like I said, then I ran into Michael Jabronius because it was the same hotel. Went back to my place, got changed, went to dinner. Another, again, unfortunately, stuff I can't really talk about. We talked about my real life friends. We just talked about stuff. We talked about music law because they basically built a company that has music licensing and things like that. And they talked to me a little bit about music licensing laws. We talked about old YouTube. We talked about content ID system, like stuff like that. And then I think that was my last night. Yeah. So after that, guess what we did? We went back to Heavenly's. Actually, wait, I'm lying. I think before, or I'm trying to remember if it was before or after the Ethiopian food. I think what we did, we actually stayed. Okay. So this is what I want to talk about that was really, 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 really cool. We just hung out at the lobby. So at one point, it was like Junie, it was me, it was a bunch of people, and we kept running into more people and inviting them to our table. And at some point, there was just a guy sitting there that I kind of took over his space. I was like, oh, can we sit here? Can we, And then I went to buy everybody drinks. And then at one point, we started talking with him, all that stuff, me and my friends. And at one point, after we talked for a little bit, I'm like, hey, we're content creators. And he goes, I know, actually. He goes, I know who you are. And this was after we talked for like 25 minutes. Okay, Grape, I wasn't sure if you told people that you were going to the con, so I didn't want to mention you by name. But yes, Grape was there. And it was awesome. She came to my karaoke and she absolutely slayed. But just to be clear, it wasn't weird at all. Like, people who ask me who I am, and then if I deny it or if I don't say, and then they like keep pressuring me to just say it, feels a little odd. But if somebody later is like, oh yeah, I kind of figured out who you were, but it's cool. And then he didn't ask for like any of our Discords. He didn't ask to keep in contact. It was just a really good night where we drank with this guy. We talked about a ton of stuff. We talked about streamers. We did some stuff. And then he left. And then that's it. We're never going to see him again. I thought that was really, really cool. But he said he actually recognized Junie first. And then when he saw Bricky, and then when he heard my voice, he was like, oh, I see. I also saw tweets that some people thought that it was me, but then they weren't sure. And then when they heard my voice, maybe they thought that it was me. Like I said, it's all really, really fun. And it's all awesome. And obviously, I get it. It did get a little bit overwhelming if sometimes people, like, there was another person that came up to our table. And again, nobody knew this person as well, right? And this person just kept going, who's everyone's favorite Vshojo VTuber? And Judy was like, we don't watch VTubers. And then he just kept saying that. And it's like, buddy, catch the vibe, right? It's just, if we wanted to, we'd interact with it, but we're not. It's one of those. And again, it's like 9 p.m. It's not that deep. So I do want people to understand that if you do think it's me at a con and I'm at the line for the bar with you, we can talk. We can have fun convos. We can do fun stuff. And you can even at the end be like, I'm a big fan. But it's when it kind of got weird was sometimes people, I feel like if we gave them very clear, like, hey, not a VTuber, don't watch VTubers, want nothing to do with VTubers, and then people would kind of stay pushy a little bit, that's when it kind of felt like, come on, like, you know. But at the same time, I don't want to sound ungrateful. I don't want to sound like I don't know. Like, it's also, as a woman, I have to be a little bit extra careful because, you know, you never know why people are talking to me. And in general, if you're in a place with alcohol, you should be careful with your drink. You should be careful with strangers. You should be careful in general, right? About that kind of stuff. So I hope, again, it more is coming from a place of concern for my safety than anything else. Yeah, like at one point, I think I was going to get something and then Urshwend tapped me or said something and I was already mid walking away. So I just kept walking away. I didn't recognize that it was Urshwend. But then later I came back and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, you caught me mid walking away. Also, I forget what you said, but it was like kind of, it wasn't weird because I know you, but it could come off as definitely something that people like say and you're like, anyway. But I just want you guys to understand, I don't want y'all to think like if you see me at a bar waiting for a drink next to you, that we can't strike up a conversation. It's also, though, if you ask me for my Discord and I say, sorry, I don't give out my Discord, don't push about that. Because that's one thing that definitely did happen a lot, where if I was standing in line somewhere or I was going somewhere, people would talk to me a little bit, really great convo, and then like, oh, can we keep in touch? What's your Discord? And I'd say, sorry, I don't share my Discord. But then they'd keep pushing. And it's like, just, if I say no, it's a no. It's not that big of a deal. Big battle. Thank you for the 10 months. Chester, thank you for the 12 months. Oh, that was you, Super Lock On. Let's go. You were the Angry Orchard guy, right? You were the cool guy. You weren't the other guy that kept asking who's everyone's favorite Vshojo VTuber. And we were like, buddy, you gave Mike the Sonic Fetus. Let's go. See, like, that's kind of how it is. Like, I think it's really, really fun to just hang out with people and talk to people. And the amount of people that I've talked to while in line for drinks is wild. I've talked to so many people while in line for drinks. Bati, thank you for the 5 gifted. I've talked to so many people about a lot of things that it was really, really fun. And it was good times. It was good times, but the highlights of my con were random conversations with people that just kind of stayed that. They kind of stay that moment where you're like, we had a bunch of beers. It was really, really fun. We had a bunch of drinks. We joked about a bunch of stuff, or we ended up walking around because I couldn't find the hotel and they were helping me get to my hotel room. But again, I do want to be very mindful. And even in me explaining this on stream, I don't want to sound conceited, right? Where it's like, oh, of course people are going to come up to you to want to talk to you. And I'm very grateful, right? But to be clear, when I'm talking about it's like 12 of us sitting on comfy chairs at a bar, we had adopted Super Lock On, and then just another guy came in and, you know, started asking us who's our favorite Vshojo VTuber after we kept being like, we don't watch VTubers, we don't know that, like, you know, hey, you know. And then, yeah, I think Grape actually caught up to that guy being a little strange. So again, there's nothing wrong with you coming up to us and being like, hey, actually, I know what you do. You're really cool. Blah, blah, blah. What if in line I offer to buy you a drink? I might buy you one. That's more my MO. You'd feel weird approaching, saying, hi, I'm a fan, then leaving. I don't think so. I don't think that's weird at all. I think that's really, really cool. I think if you just show up to people, you're like, hey, I'm a fan. That happened with Bricky a lot, actually, where a lot of people stop Bricky to be like, hey, big fan, love your stuff. I mean, super new Bricky from League of Legends, right? The amount of times we got stopped on that small walk. You also interrupted him. You also did that. That's fine. I hope I'm communicating it properly. I don't want it to sound like I'm refusing to talk to anybody. Obviously, I'm aware that if I go to a con, people will recognize me. Obviously, I'm aware that if I talk, people are going to recognize me. If I'm with Juniper, people are going to recognize me. If I'm with Bricky, people are going to recognize me. Of course. Of course, of course, of course. But it's like when, you know, if we're all having lunch and you show up, you say hi, and then you like grab a chair and come sit with us. Great. Thank you so much for subscribing, my love. Okay, now this night though, this is the night that y'all are talking about where I go up to Heavenly's hotel room. It's my last night. It's Saturday night. I know I'm leaving the next day. Two things. Number one, I finally get to see Skulker perform his set because I missed it the night before since I came to the party kind of late. And then I kept going downstairs to say hi to my friends. Number two, at one point, okay, how do I say this? I want to be very mindful that I don't come off rude. And I want to be very mindful that anybody that might recognize themselves in my stories also know that it's not a big deal. And I've already told them that it wasn't a big deal. But I was getting a little bit tired. And especially because, like I said, we had that experience with that other person that kept coming up to us to ask us if we like Vshojo VTubers. And when I got to Heavenly's party that last night, for example, I would have met somebody and talked to them and they were very sweet. And then while I was in line for a drink, people would turn around and be like, oh, hi, I'm this person. And I'd give a fake name. I'd be like, oh, hi, I'm, give a name. And then a person that maybe I met the night before that was very sweet, that knew I was Matara, be like, no, guys, that's Matara Khan, Vshojo, that's the bug. And I had to be like, hey, please don't introduce me. Let me introduce myself. And I've had a few people do that, and I've kind of explained to them, like, listen, please don't put that on me. Don't put that evil out there into the world. And then Heavenly... Again, I don't think it's anything bad. No. They weren't being dickheads. I think people were just being excited. And also it was the last night and people were kind of drunk. So that's also what I started doing. So then at one point I see Bada alone in front of Skulker. And nobody's really on the dance floor. So I come up to Bada and we just start, as the children say, tearing up the dance floor. And then the circle forms. Everyone starts dancing. We're partying it up. Another reason why I started dancing and I took off my boots. I was like, we're dancing. Number one, it was a lot of fun. I got to spend like Bada and it was so much fun. Skulker was having a great set. We were dancing. We were having a great time. But also when I would go to get a drink, people would not, again, I think because it's the last day, I don't think it's anything against them. If anybody did this by accident, please don't feel like it's just you also have to remember I'm also exhausted and I had a weird experience downstairs. So people would tap me on the shoulder and be like, are you a VTuber? And I go, no. And then I go back to dancing. And then again, somebody would tap me on the shoulder and be like, are you sure you're not a VTuber? No. And I just noticed that every time I would go to the bar to get a drink, people would like come up to have long conversations with me. And because they were very drunk, they were like, you know, the other day we talked, could I have your Discord? So I just went back to the dance floor. I was like, you know what? Let's dance. Again, absolutely, I am aware that people could be a little drunk, a little bit, all that stuff, get excited. I completely get it. And it's also I was also tired. But I guess for me, it was also like, I'm in a hotel room. I'm in a private space. So I just went back to dancing. I was like, you know what? I went back to dancing. I went in and I danced and I had the best time ever. And I think after that, that was my night. We were dancing. I was sweaty. I kept drinking. It was great. Wait, I think after that was another time where I got recognized by my like old name. When I went downstairs, people kept recognizing me by my old name. And then honestly, I hung out with Jabronius, Michael, and Junie after that. And then I went home, went to bed, woke up, and left. And then I got back home yesterday, felt a little congested, went to bed. Today I feel good. Today I feel nice. I think if there was a bug inside me, I let it go. Honestly, my event was a lot of eating, a lot of drinking, a lot of everything. It was a lot of fun. Magfest was a lot of fun. DC was a lot of fun. Please, if anybody recognizes them in my story and thinks, oh my goodness, I went to talk to Matara and I kept asking her if she's a VTuber, please don't take it personal. I really need to learn when I go to cons how to manage my energy levels better. Because it's the best convos I have had was truly when we didn't talk about anything VTuber related with folks. Whenever we talked about nothing VTuber related, it was amazing. It was the best times. You went to a 3 a.m. cheese meetup? How does that work? What does that mean, a 3 a.m. cheese meetup? I think so, Armadaus. I think from now on, when I go to cons, I need to, one, save. Oh my God. I had a deadline for something for Saturday. I did this like last Tuesday, but I didn't give my manager access for that. And I didn't realize, but like, are you guys kidding me? Why didn't you say anything? Hold on, share. You guys kidding me? Y'all. I had these ready when I sent the file. I hope we won't be late. Oh. What's the cheese meetup? Is it just you guys eat cheese? Because I love cheese. I'd love to go. I would love to go to a cheese meetup. I want to go next time. Dan, please try your best. Please. And I would just really want all of you to understand from my story. I would love it if you saw me and you came up to me and you said, hey, I know what you are, bug woman, and then leave. I think that's awesome. I think that's great. Absolutely nothing against that. I like it. I think it's funny. It's when you're like, can I have your Twitter? Can I na? Can I have your phone number? No. God, I wish I could have gone to a cheese meetup. That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. The cheese meetup sounds absolutely amazing. What day does it happen? Usually. Yeah, actually, Mr. Fink, I think maybe a slight cosplay would be a good idea. Maybe one of those like kigurumi cosplays where it's like a pajama. Also, we have an updated number of shirts, by the way, my loves. My sweet loves. Would you like the updated number of shirts before we go for the final push? I'm excited. All right. What if my mouth is full of cheese? Well, you better share. Can we, Momos? Show some kisses. Show some kisses. 3, 3, 3, 6. How many do y'all think we're going to hit before the end of the week? I do not think we're going to hit 4,000. But I do believe, just a reminder, the last shirt will be sold at 11:59 p.m. PST on the 31st. The moment it is 3 a.m. Eastern on February 1st, no more shirts. I don't need to see those videos, Mr. Fink. I believe it. Don't worry about it. Just please know, please know, if the website crashes, if you're a little bit late, if anything happens, If you want it, get it now because it will run out. It will run out. There will be no more. The rest of the merch is going to stay there until it sells out. We have a little bit more, but the t-shirt is gotta be finalized. Finalized. That's it. I wonder if Bricky will accept a bribe to get a last number. I doubt it. I doubt it. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, Tio. Okay. I don't know if y'all can hear the doorbell ring. It's okay, Mr. Fink. I get it. We have the spare room on his printers for other shirts. It's true. Other merch drops, other shirts, other things. What is everyone's estimates for this Friday? Who's there? Honestly, probably a delivery. I ordered some supplements. I ordered creatine. It's gym time, baby. It's gym time, baby. I think 3,500 could work. Это мне коробка. Thank you. I think 3,500 is a good one. Yep, it's my supplements. Be prepared to gain water weight. How long is the water weight going to be gained for? Is it like a temporary water weight or is it a forever water weight? Because maybe I'll wait until after Numi's concert. All right. My loves, do you want to know about Mama's pills? I got a travel pill organizer. You did, Oscar. I'm sorry. I got St. John's Wort. I got creatine monohydrate. Oscar, how does the creatine weight ballooning work? Is it forever or is it just at the start? Zinc. I got Relight Hydration. I got like a electrolytes mix because y'all told me to get that. I got collagen peptides, dark chocolate that I don't know how good it's going to be. I also got omega-3 fish oil. It's going to take a while for your body to hold it. So it's useful water weight, but you're still going to gain like a kilo or 3. So I should maybe start in like a little bit of time, huh? Judge Freak, I wish the best for you. You're going to have such a good time. All right, what is this? Oh yeah, and I also got daily. So I got a travel pill organizer and I got a daily pill organizer. Yippee! Let me move all my stuff. Thank you, Drunkest. Really, Night Breeze? The one that I got is not fishy at all. It's the Sports Research triple strength one. It's not fishy at all, I find. If you take a scoop a day, it'll take around a month for the creatine to fully saturate into the muscles. So, I should expect for the month of the creatine saturating my muscles to not really budge in my weight. And I might even gain some weight, right? Basically, just I should expect that I already don't really go by my weight. I go by how I look and I go by all that stuff. But I should just expect that I will be gaining weight and I will get a little bit bloated, and that's okay. That's fine. That is fine. You've reached a year as a Momo. Nice. Currently, the only thing I'm tracking is protein intake and calories. Yes. That being said, and maybe I'm bad with this, I don't track the other stuff. I don't track like the fat and the carbs, but I do, you know, like for example, tonight I had pork chops with salad. So I know how much protein is in there and I know how many calories are in there, but I don't know how much fat, how much carbs. I just try to switch around. But tracking protein is definitely something I'm doing. Plus, I feel that if as long as I'm eating generally healthy food, right? I don't know how people do it where you track everything. You track like your carbs, you'll try everything. Creatine will make my muscles appear more full. Good, because I have the build where it's just like the long legs and the long arms and the long torso. That's my build. And unfortunately, actually, the it's great. But I don't exactly have, and in my defense, it's also because for a really long time, I've talked about it before, I was definitely not very healthy. I didn't eat enough calories and I didn't eat enough protein. So I am looking to build muscle, even though I know that I have the kind of frame that maybe building muscle isn't easy for me. It's easy as long as you work out and you go to the gym and you eat your protein, right? Anybody can do it. That being said, I just know that in order for me to live a long, healthy life, I'm at that hag age where building muscle is very important. It is important for my everything. It is important for my spinal health, my future health, I want to live a long life. I want to live a long life and pester my momos forever. Mm-hmm. So yeah. It is what it is. It's honestly just for getting older, more so. I just want to be very... Hold on. Prendre une portion par jour. You know what? Let me have my collagen now. I don't know how much collagen peptides really do help, but my friend recommended that I get some, and I told her I'm going to get it, but I'll do my research after, so... Yeah, I'm here for a fun time, not a long time. False. I am here for both a fun time and a long time. I am here for all the time. Yeah, Flame, I think if it comes to me learning about fitness, I usually go to my friends that are fit or I research stuff online. Like, I kind of ask Oscar about how creatine works and things like that. Yeah, I think I always want to go. I think one of the best ways to... It's all right. So I'll give you an example. I was at the gym and this really fit girl was doing like really, really, really heavy RDLs. And another girl came up to her and she said, "Hey, I'm so sorry. Could you show me how to do RDLs?" And I was kind of overhearing them and I just thought to myself, yeah, right? Like as a woman, when you see another woman do RDLs, she had like 60 pounds in each arm and she was going down with them on her legs. And I thought, yeah, you ask that girl how to do them properly. That girl would tell you how to do it. She did it. She's doing it. So I always kind of look at people like that. And then, you know, the best way is, again, the actual scientific research, but I don't have time for that. I guess you could ask ChatGPT to summarize it for you. Nope. Or you could ask your friend to tell you, right? Or you could just ask your friend. I guess one thing, okay, this is going to sound very baby of me. How do y'all divide all your supplements? Because it's getting to a point where there's a lot of supplements and there's a lot of things. Good luck, Neon. You got this. Wait. Just to be clear, I didn't say do AI for medical advice. I said, why don't you ask ChatGPT to summarize the scientific research for you? Why don't you ask, if there's a really big research paper, could you just ask them to give you bullet points of the research paper? Yeah, I do like to spread them out across meals as well, Sloth. it'll make stuff up while summarizing? Oh no. Maybe I have to stop asking ChatGPT to summarize things for me. Uh-oh. That's bad. Spaghetti-o. Uh-oh. I work in science and my boss uses ChatGPT to summarize papers and it makes me so mad. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. All right, hold on. I have to pee. All this water, all this hydration's making me want to pee. 1 second. I'm back and I didn't wash my hands. Stinky hands. Yippee. I'm back with my stinky hands. I'm always proud. I'm always proud of my stinky hands. My stinky hands have done nothing wrong. My stinky hands are great and happy and good. Matara's Stinky Hands Con is me. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is how I is, my loves. Okay, so. Quick question for this week. Do I steal Amelie for a hag yap? On Friday, I'm collabing with Bricky because it's going to be the last day for the shirt, so we're definitely doing that. I want to try and steal Amelie for a hag yap. Do we have any Are there any naysayers to Kingdom Come Deliverance for the other 2 days? I know February 4th the next game comes out, but I can't play it because it's going to be a spoiler. So I'm going to try to get ahead in this game. Or would y'all prefer I try to start and finish Satisfactory? I will just get the mod that skips the flower picking animation. Let's go, R.O.A.C.H. That makes me so happy. You got me playing Kingdom Come. I mean, worst case, look, if Amelie is a little too busy, we could do Kingdom Come for 3 days straight. Honestly, I just miss our alone time. I want to be here. It's winter outside. All right, my loves? All I want to do is take my creatine, go to my gym, go to the sauna, try and get as far as possible in Kingdom Come. I want to play Subnautica as well. And then just keep going on our subathon goals. The most recent subathon goal we did was the You Laugh, You Lose, which was awesome. Speaking of, one of our next reacts, I don't know if we're going to do it this week or not, actually. Maybe we can do it the day that I'm collabing with Bricky as well. Because our collab probably won't be that long. I want to react to old Vshojo member videos. And that will also include Amelie. So maybe we can do that this Friday. Maybe we can do that this Friday then. I still got to figure out with Bricky what time the collab. Oh my God. The tweet has 20,000 likes. The tweet has 20,000 likes. Why does this have 20,000 likes? This is the worst day of my life. Will I be taking submissions to react online? So, I think acceptable. You finally got yours. How come it took so long? I know you said you were in Europe and all that good stuff. I'm glad you finally got it. I'm glad it. So, very quickly. I think for the reacting to Vshojo members' old videos, I should pick the videos. But actually, Zero Infinite, would you like some work? I think you guys can recommend me tweets. How do we feel about that? Zero. Maybe you open a little room in the Discord where people can recommend tweets of Vshojo members. Oh my God, maybe we can make it a guessing game with Amelie. Maybe we can make it a guessing game for Amelie. Hold on. How about... All right, Zero. Mark it down, mark it down, mark it down, Zero. Mark it down. Who tweeted this? And you can have my tweets in there and Amelie's tweets in there. Oh yeah, Urshwin, don't even sweat it. Just seriously, like I said, the only reason I walked away is because I was already mid running away from the bar. Or I think I was going to ask a question to somebody. So I was already half distracted. And then you said something I didn't get. And I was like, I'm just going to keep walking. And I didn't recognize you. So I was like, I'm just going to keep walking. I don't know what this person's saying to me. I'm sorry to hear that, Skookers. I hope it gets there soon. Yeah, I think you can have every single Vshojo member tweets. So Zero, I think what you could do. This is amazing. This is great. I love this. I love bossing people around. Urshwind, if you ever want to be bossed around, let me know. I'm always looking for members of the team to boss around. I think if you need help coming up with the idea, talk to Sam about this or Teak. But here's my idea. I think a really good idea to do this was ask everybody to just submit their crazy Vshojo tweets. Maybe try to narrow it down to 4 or 5 tweets per person. If some tweets are just really funny, you can I'm sure Kuro might have 10 or you know. I think between 5 to 10, because what we can do is we can reuse it. We can reuse this format. You know? Nothing is new under the sun. I think we can just grab a few tweets already. And then if Amelie and I have too many to guess, I can do some alone. And I think it would be nice if I... Do y'all think we should try to make it? Yes, sorry. When I say per person, it's just, I don't want there to only be one fruit tweet, but then like 39 kudo tweets, right? Are Sam and Teak different people? Yes. Sam is Sam and Teak is Teak. Should also throw in 2 or X members to add some more confusion. No, I think we should keep it to current members to make it easiest for everybody to understand. I don't think we should be throwing in anybody X member. And I think the tweets, if possible, should all be in English because I don't speak Japanese. So we are keeping it English only and current members only. I think it just makes it easier. Otherwise, it's going to be like, oh, maybe we can have a tweet from this person because they're friends with that person. No. We're keeping it clean. We're keeping it cool. I'm sorry, Nova, my love. Aishiteru, Nova, but does auto translate count? No, because I think it's going to be very obvious that it's translated, right? Oh, should Dio be removed? No, I think you have to keep the tweet as is. And I think you need to include the tweet because even if the tweet is, for example, I could tweet something with Dio in it, right? In order to, like, the Dio could be there. It could be a red herring. It could be a red herring. It could be something that's there and you think, oh, I know it's going to be that. Oh, I like it. I think that could be fun. Let's try this out. Let's try this out and we can do that next week, everybody. I like it. I know that I have a million, quadrillion, bintillion sub goals to do, and I'm doing my best to do them. But this one's not a sub goal, but I like coming out of my cage and doing just fine. And I gotta be down because I want it all, you know? Yeah, Gobbler, exactly. We're gonna add some Amelie tweets as well. What if the tweet is like Zen is stinky, but like 10 members tweeted it? Amazing. Let me actually tweet that right now. Zentreya stinky Dio. Smile. And then I'm just gonna pretend Henya tweeted it on my account. I'm gonna pretend Henya hacked me. If anybody asks, Henya hacked me. I've been hacked. Oh my god, Junie's tweet. She's so cute. Talk about how delicious momos are and how much you wish you could taste their flesh. What is she eating? Is that a steak? Well, that is so adorable. Junie's taking y'all on a date. What the heck? Hey, I mean, if y'all want to be scoring a hot date with the momos soon, wink, wink. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Cursed Dog, thank you for the tier 3. Junie looking at her dinner and her dessert. Exactly. It's how I like it. It's how I like it. You're about to make a new house made of Momo plushies. I have some good news and I have some bad news for next week. The good news is we will have some momos already in a warehouse in Los Angeles. The problem is 2/3 of them plus won't be there. So we have less than 1,000. They will sell out day one, and I'm a little disappointed. Obviously things happen. And there are reasons why this stuff, but no, it didn't get lost. There was miscommunication about how many I wanted to have in stock. And I'm a little bit upset about that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit upset. By that. Don't worry. If you miss out on the first batch of momos, it is going to be around. It's going to be a legacy merch drop, so it's going to be around for a long time. If you miss out on the first batch, the next batch is going to be there at the beginning of March. But it just sucks because I wanted a lot more than less than 1,000 to be there available. And that won't be the case. And I'm a little bit disappointed by that. But at the end of the day, I think Vshojo's been doing really good with merch. I think since they've changed things around, they've been doing very good. And I mean, if you've ordered any Vshojo merch lately, you've obtained it very quickly. Unfortunately, for me, I think after this merch drop with Vshojo, I might go back to doing some merch drops with Bricky because if I ask Bricky to order a certain amount, he does. If I ask to jump, he says how high and he does it. And I just feel that I asked for certain quantities of things to be ordered, to be available, and they won't be. And it sucks because everybody did their best and they did what they could. And I like that standard, and I want to keep that standard of if I ask for something, it gets done. So yeah, I am a little bit disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, and it sucks. But there's gonna be more items, and pretty much all those items are delayed for the beginning of March, which again is not as bad as before. There's definitely an improvement. There's definitely a lot of stuff. But I would recommend, if you really want a little Momo keychain, that you should try and be there on February 4th when the merch drop goes live. And I'm going to talk about it again. Unfortunately, maybe I should wait to talk about it until I'm like not upset by it. Because I don't want to say something that I might regret, or I don't want to say things that are going to come off a little bit more negative than I mean for them to be. But at the end of the day, I have a standard, and if that standard isn't being met, I think it's okay to be a little disappointed, especially now that I can force R.O.A.C.H to do my bidding when it comes to the things that I want. But yes, unfortunately, during February 4th, most of the items will not be available in the warehouse in LA. I still need to figure out how some of the shipping is going to work, because I guess if you do order things and then some of them aren't there, you will not be receiving those things until the beginning of March, which sucks because it just kind of takes away a lot of that excitement that I feel that we have now built with my merch over the subathon and things like that. And it is a good learning lesson for everybody. And like I said, I will unfortunately after this be doing more merch drops with R.O.A.C.H, I think for a while, because I want to make sure that things are stabilized. And you've all been buying a lot of merch. So that's another thing. You've all been buying a lot of merch, and it's really, really exciting, and it's really, really fun, and it's really, really nice. But I also want to make sure that you never have to wait again for 8-10 months for things to come and then never come. And I feel that, now that we've kind of found a really good way to make things work, let's keep making those things work. When is the merch drop going to be? You're going to have to tune into the stream and find out, my love. You are going to have to tune in on the merch drop and find out. You're going to have to tune in for my very, very, very special birthday stream. I'm a little bit disappointed. Again, I think I can be very happy to be in Vshojo, and I can be very happy with the amazing improvement that Vshojo has done with merch, the amazing everything that has happened, how quickly merch comes in now, how, I already got my Vshojo sweaters, I got my Vshojo blanket, I got everything so fast. And they've really made a big effort. It just really sucks that a mistake happened on my drop, and because of that, you are going to be penalized, and you will not be able to receive most items won't arrive to the warehouse until the beginning of March, which is unfortunate because we had a lot of time to prepare for that, and it didn't work out. So again, it's still going to be a lot faster than previous merch drops, but it's not going to be as fast as some other stuff, which makes me sad. Like I said, I really do feel like, man, we really were working on a good system, and now it's back to the pit. And I hope it doesn't happen again. I don't think it's going to happen again, and I know that it won't happen again, but at the same time, I feel, I feel a little sad, because for anybody that doesn't know, with a lot of the merch stuff that happened last year, in the Discord, you all were like, Matara, I haven't gotten my stuff for a year. Matara, I haven't gotten my stuff for 8 months. Matara, I haven't gotten this. Matara, and you are so valid. And that's why I said, I'm going to find a way to fix it. I'm going to talk to all the merch people I know. I'm going to find out how we're doing things. For the podcast, I wanted a certain quantity of items ordered. The amount of items that I wanted ordered weren't ordered. And I feel like there's it's kind of happening again. And yeah, I really appreciate, and I think Vshojo has really heard me, and they've done really amazing changes, which is why now you've been getting your stuff so much faster. And I'm so grateful for that. I think that's what we need. I think that's exactly. But damn. It just sucks that we're basically only going to have, I think, like 900 momos for the whole month of February. So get your momo keychains, because there's only going to be 900, I think, for the whole month of February. Which, considering that most people that I know have told me that they want to buy 5 or 10 of them and just kind of put them in jars and put them around, it's going to go kind of fast. It's gonna go kind of fast. So there will be more. Yeah, just weeping. There's gonna be a lot more that are gonna arrive at the beginning of March, and then more. So yeah. The debut merch arrived when you announced your merch through Ricky's. Pygmalion, do you mean my debut merch from way back when? From the please limit 1 per person? I think 1 per person. Maybe I'll try to limit like 10 per person at the start. 5 to 10 per person. Maybe that's actually a good idea. Let me message my manager right now. Sorry. Can we maybe limit the initial Momo keychain to 5 per order? I worry they'll sell out much too quick at first, and if anything, people can get more after. I think 5 is a good amount. I think 5 is a good amount. You got your numbered Momo shirt. That makes me happy. I mean, I got 100, so that's what I got. Tori, thank you for the raid on YouTube. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Raiders. I really appreciate it. And again, there will be more. And that, like I said, it's going to be a legacy merch drop. It's going to be around for a really long time. And Vshojo has honestly made such an amazing everything. I talked about Magfest. You're going to have to watch the VOD. You're going to have to watch the VOD. But Vshojo has really, really, really made a huge improvement. And they heard your concerns. They heard our concerns. They've been, like I said, I noticed it already when I ordered my Vshojo Christmas stuff. I got it so fast. That is a good idea, the limiting it to 5 at the beginning. And then if ever at the end y'all want to get more, you could. Nothing against that. You could. That's a great idea. How was your stream, by the way, Tori? Thank you for the raid. What kind of stuff were you streaming? Talk to me. I know, Mike. Just to be clear, I want to be very mindful that I don't accidentally say things in a more negative way than I mean to, because I know people are going to clip this and try to, yes, I am aware that if I limit things that, you're going to have to pay for shipping twice. And that is so bad. And also, to make things worse, because the momos are going to be the only thing arriving in time at the warehouse, if you order every other item and the momos, it's going to have to be delayed to get shipped out until everything comes in, or you're going to have to pay for shipping twice. So I am, like I said, extremely disappointed, and this is something that should not have happened, and it sucks that it happened. And unfortunately, now that I have a standard of how I want my merch to run, I unfortunately will change, and next time I'll go with Ricky again. Yeah, they could, Mike, but at the same time, it kind of sucks, right? It kind of sucks to wait a whole month, right? That kind of sucks. You waited a whole month, and you have, you could wait for the future batches, but don't you want your momos right now? Especially a lot of you have been waiting for the momos for like a long time. But yes, if people want to order more than 5 momos, you're definitely going to have to wait. I agree. I think for now, limiting them to 5 is a great idea. Inconveniently conscious, I hope you had an amazing birthday. Hell yeah, that's what I want to hear. What did you eat? Road, you'll get them, I promise. Yeah, I asked the managers if they'll be able to limit it to 5 momos. I think that would be really, really fun. I think that would be really fun. It kind of allows people to get theirs and all that fun stuff. And like I said, maybe I am dramatizing it, unfortunately, because it is something that I want it to be done at a certain standard. And it is disappointing that we had a really long time and it didn't work. That being said, mistakes happen and it's fine and it's not a big deal. And at the end of the day, this is a merch drop that isn't meant to be a fast merch drop. I think the most expensive item is $18. I think if you get every single item in the merch drop, it's like less than $70, which again is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. But it is a lot of items that are kind of legacy that I want around forever, that I feel if you're a fan, having that would be good. But at the same time, it's, I ordered stuff that I just received my Iron Mouse sweatpants from a year and something ago. So, hey, and they're too big for me. I got a medium and they're too big. So it is what it is. And we will be golden. You're going to be having legacy merch. Legacy merch. Other than the merch, what else are we getting? I think I have spoiled so much for you already. I think I have spoiled so gosh dang much for you already. Thank you, Rising. You know how it is, though. There's always going to be somebody that's going to listen to this out of context, be like, oh, da-da-da-da-da. Me too, Road. I really like plushies, and I kept the price as low as I could because, again, I can set the price quite often, but there's also the idea of, you want to make sure people are still having a nice little cut, things like that. I want everybody to be able to have a Momo. Not every item is going to be, the item that you're selling to, ooh, look at all this profit. I want everybody to have a Momo. I want to be at a con and see everybody in a Momo shirt with the Momo keychain. That makes me so happy. And I didn't change the price from last year. Anything that was already there last year, I kept the price the same so that it wouldn't... It is a thing, Snow, especially with like how much it costs, and then there's also like fulfillment and all that stuff. Again, it's all boring and it's all things, but you got to make sure that and then there's also, if there's loss, right? Let's say a product is damaged and then you have to give somebody a new product. If you're making like 20 cents profit on the item, you're going to lose money if you have to replace a few products, right? So it's tough. I know, Dragon. I would really love, this is actually something I'm trying to work out with conventions to see if like maybe I can go to a convention without necessarily getting paid, but instead have like a free meet and greet and a booth where they're going to be selling merch. Because that way we can then take some of the merch that we have and bring it to the cons as well. Because what if you're at a con and you forgot to buy a Momo or something? But there's a lot of stuff that happens then as well, where it's like, you need people working the booth. You need people that you trust. Things need to be written up, like as a business, right? Like you need to write things up in order to sell them. Otherwise, there's so many things that go into selling things. And it's a lot of work. But I've told Vshojo for a really, really long time that I think if we had a big Vshojo booth at a con, I think it would be nothing but good. And if we ever, okay, I just got my Zentreya. Do y'all remember the Zentreya merch drop where the standee is like her with like the graveyard of bones and stuff like that? I just got mine not long ago, right? What if they had some left over? They could easily bring it to a con. What if some of you have never even seen that standee? Some of you have never seen that standee. If you saw it and you're a huge Zentreya fan, you might pick it up. Yeah, there's a lot that goes road into merch where it's like, It's a lot. You're a huge Mataracon fan. Me too. You're right, Neon. There's also the security, and then there's also theft. Right, theft. Where if you have a volunteer work the booth, it's very sweet, but also then what if stuff gets stolen? What if money gets stolen? What if things, if you have one of your own staff work them, okay, well, that's also money that goes into your staff staffing the booth. Yep, and then cash and electronic. What if the stripe system goes down while you're trying to pay and then you can't buy the stuff, right? Some cons, I'm sure you guys have seen it, where they just don't have anything working for a while. So it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that you have to logistically think about. There's a lot of stuff that it's not as easy as like, oh, you should just have a booth or ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Что не смог купить, Curse? Я не понимаю. Really, Road? Yeah, some venues. There was a venue, I think, was it an Anime Impulse that had rain? And then, because of that, it like shut down the whole everything. No? Does anybody remember that? I think it was an Anime Impulse a few years ago. It was definitely an LA convention where the rain rained and suddenly everything went to hell. I would love a Vshojo booth. I think a Vshojo booth will do great wonders where people can come in, people can buy merch that maybe they didn't get to buy or, Yeah, there's also shipping stuff to the booth. And then what if stuff gets lost? What if you have, I don't know, 500 desk mats, right? And then you lose them all. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff to lose. Curse, Dakimakure они пока не продастся. So for the current merch drop with Bricky, we have the shirt is going to be sold finally on Friday. The last shirt will be sold this Friday. No more shirts. Even though we could sell more shirts, we're ending the shirt. Done. That being said, I need to pre-buy a few things from Bricky myself, but I think the rest of the stuff, I think there's still a little bit of keychains, some dakis, a little bit of Momo like butt pads. We're going to keep those on. We got a few extra and we just said, you know what? Let the people have them. Let the people have them. So why not? ¿Por qué no? And I also saw that Giga's, the reason we also got that idea, Giga's current merch drop also has some old stuff in it. And I thought, let's keep it. Let's keep it up. I've been toying with the idea of having a more permanent drop. I like the idea of maybe you just got into MataraCon, you go into a store, you can buy a standee, it ships to you in a few days. You can buy a desk pad, it ships to you in a few days. So currently that type of legacy system is going to be around with R.O.A.C.H. I don't know if eventually we're going to change it to be, I don't know. I really like it. Like I saw Cinder had a way that you can just go and buy previous Cinder merch on the website that people saw the Gigas shirts and said that R.O.A.C.H. worth on them. Cool. I don't know how that works. Maybe they talked to him. That's between him and God and Vshojo. That makes me happy, MC Stuck. I hope you're enjoying your shirt. Jester, thank you for the prime. Yeah, I've been pushing for evergreen merch for a really long time. And I am looking and testing out ways to have evergreen merch. There are certain things that, I don't know, like even a Daki, for example, right? So if enough people want to keep getting the Daki, we can just reorder it every few months and see what's up. It's okay, Vermilion. Be happy. You were in the same space as me. Я тоже. Спасибо большое, Curse. Очень приятно. Я знаю, что сейчас в Россию ничего нельзя отослать, и так сложно людям что-то купить. Спасибо тебе большое. Hell yeah, Jester. That makes me happy. Yeah, there's definitely some stuff that I'm experimenting with. I think eventually, maybe not right away, maybe eventually in a year or so, I would love to just have a website. I don't know if that's going to be hosted through Vshojo or if it's going to be hosted through R.O.A.C.H. or whoever, where you can maybe come in. I like some collection stuff being gone forever. Genuinely. I kind of like that. I'd like that some stuff is gone forever. Not everything has to be gone forever, but certain things can be gone forever. There's nothing wrong with that. A little bit of FOMO is fine. I already feel like I have less FOMO than a lot of other people do, so I'm cool with that. But a few things could be set up that you can get on a desk mat or a poster or things like that. Yeah, me too, Walla. I got my stuff so quick, and it makes me happy. Vshojo really heard our cries and changed things around. And as you saw with the tweet before, that they had problems with the previous provider. And I'm happy that things are turning around. We need it. We deserve this good kind of stuff. We deserve it. We deserve all of that. My loves, I gotta head out because I have a meeting with Iron Vertex that I need to prepare for. The meeting's about what? I'm not telling you. It's a secret. You're going to find out when you find out. Also, Friday, most likely we are going to be Friday most likely collabing with Bricky. Friday night or morning, most likely doing the Vshojo, reacting to Vshojo old YouTube videos. This week, most likely, I will try to stream every day, including Friday. Maybe a possibility that I take Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday off. No promises. The other 3 days is going to be Kingdom Come. It's going to be Kingdom Come. I really want to play Kingdom Come. I want to get as much time in it. You want video games? You want Matara-Con video game? You're going to get Matara-Con video game, okay? You're going to get Matara-Con video game. All right? All right, everybody. We are going to raid. I know it's a very short stream. The newest member of Vshojo. I know it's a short stream. Like I said, I want to make sure I get to bed a bit early today because I was feeling a little congested this morning. And now that the day is going and I was talking on stream, I'm feeling a little bit like it's getting congested again. So I want to take a hot shower. I want to drink my tea. I want to take some meds, go to bed after my meeting. Please go show love to Amelie or Miss Lee and Lai. And I love you all so much. Gonna put some waiting rooms up, but most likely expect 6 p.m. Kingdom Come Deliverance tomorrow. 6 p.m. Kingdom Come Deliverance Wednesday. 6 p.m. Kingdom Come Deliverance Thursday. Not gonna do a lot of collabs this week. Might not even steal Amelie because I know everyone's gonna be trying to steal her. Friday collabing with Bricky. We're gonna have our final merch, final shirt. What else? Tuesday is my flesh woman's birthday. And I still have nothing planned. I still have absolutely nothing planned for that. So I gotta start planning for that. And then after I'm back, I'm gonna steal Amelie for the Vshojo tweet collabs, and I'm gonna steal more people for more collabs, and we're gonna get back to doing our subathon goals because we've been doing some work on them. We've been cooking, we've been killing, we've been crying. Bye, my loves. I'll see you this week for a lot of Kingdom Come. 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 Bye-bye.